Welcome to Being Well. Today we are going to do a 10-minute yoga practice for lower back. So if you have a achy lower back or struggle with pain in your lower back, this is a really good practice to do to help you ease that tension that you are feeling in your lower back. You may want a bolster or a pillow or some blankets, but it is not mandatory, so don't worry too much if you don't have them. So we're actually going to start on our back. And what we're going to do is, once we are nice and comfortable, I would like you to take your feet to the outer edges of the mat. And all we're going to do is work on some rotation through the hips and the knees. You can rest your hands wherever you want, so maybe on your belly or you're out by the side of the body. We're going to take the knees over to the right side and come back into the center. Over to the left side. Back into the center. And now what I want you to do is I want you to use your breath. So as you bring them back into the center, you're going to inhale. As you exhale, bring them out to the side. Inhaling, coming to the center. Exhale to the side. And now I invite you to make the breaths a little bit longer. We're just going to stay here for a couple of minutes, and I want you just to work with this movement. So we are somatically releasing any tension in the hips. Try to relax your head and your shoulders. And be nice and easy and gentle with yourself. So here we are not only releasing tension from your hips, we are also massaging the lower back. Take one more on each side. And then slowly come back into the center. And I'm going to bring the knees into the chest. And if we cannot do that, we can keep them here, that's okay. If we can bring them in, we can bring them in. But don't worry too much. If you have leggings, you can use your leggings to hold on, or you can grab a belt or a strap and just wrap it behind the legs. And all we're going to do here is rock from side to side and then start to create some circles. Maybe the legs open a little and we be a bit more explorative here. They don't have to be closed in here. Actually, if we open them up here, we're helping release more tension from the hips. So our focus is the massage on the lower back. And maybe we gently rock from side to side and lift up the body. So when we rock to the right side, we lift up the left side body. When we rock to the left, we lift up the right side body. And then gently come back into the center. From here, we're going to release the feet down to the floor. We're going to open the arms out wide, left to right. We're going to place the right foot onto the left knee. Now here is where you may need a bolster or a blanket. I'm going to just grab my little bolster here. If you do not have the range of movement in the body, you may need to support your foot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the legs over to the left side and the foot stays on the knee and maybe it rests on the bolster or the blanket. So you may be here. And we're going to take a gaze down the right arm and we're going to stay here and breathe. I want you to try to relax as much as possible. So we want to relax into that lower back. And this right leg, we want to let it relax. So let it just drop down gently with each breath. Maybe as we breathe into the pose, we start to see that the body wants to move a little bit more, and maybe we can move the bolster away slightly and come a little lower. Just depends on what feels good for you. Remember, there is no right or wrong. And I encourage you to take deep breaths here, whether it be in through the nose and out of the nose, or in through the nose and out of the mouth. Trying to relax the right leg, and don't hold any tension in the left hip. Taking one more breath. Slowly come back into the center and just release that foot down, and I invite you just to tap out the feet. If you're in an apartment and you've got people below you, maybe don't tap too hard. And then release, come back into stillness. Take the left foot now onto the right knee. I'm going to let both legs, remember if you need your bolster to take it with you, or your blanket or your pillow, and take it over to the right side, and this time gaze down your left arm. Relax the head. You may notice that you are tighter on one side than the other. You may need a pillow for your head. You may need another blanket. You may feel that you can't go that far and you just want to stay up and work on coming in and out, maybe. But if you can, try to arrive in a position where you can hold it and focus on the breath. Nice big deep breaths, relaxing that left leg as much as possible. Taking that gaze down the left arm. Relax your lower back and relax your left leg. We're going to take one more breath. And then come back into the center. Going to release that foot and take a little tap out with the legs. And then gently bring the knees back into the chest. Take a little rock from side to side again. And then gently rock onto one side. And then you're going to just finish with me in a child's pose. So coming onto the knees, take the knees nice and wide as you can. Send the bum back towards the heels and then walk the hands down. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you have a bolster or a pillow and you want to place that and rest onto the bolster. Maybe you want to go a little lower, dropping down, bringing the head down to the floor and the head resting on the floor. But remember to keep sending the hips back. Taking nice deep breaths. Take one more breath. And then gently and slowly bring yourself back up. to your knees. And that is the end of our practice. I hope that you have enjoyed that practice. This is a really good practice to do every day, especially at the end of the day when you've been on your feet a lot or you've been sat down a lot. It's a really good way to just stretch out the hips and release any tension from your lower back. Please subscribe to the channel and check out our other videos and leave me a comment. Let's get connected and create this community online where we can support each other and look out for each other. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in the next video.